de su run. Va, voltereta. Vamos a hablar con Carla, porque Carla es la que, vamos, es la heroína de las...
Soldier, how glad I am to see you again. I'd started to wonder if I ever would. I'm sorry I haven't reached out. I guess I wasn't sure what you'd make of me. I've changed so much. But then again, you have too. Don't I know it? It went so fast, didn't it? One moment we were on the Nautinoid, the next we were here. I'd ask you what you'd been up to for 6 whole months, but then I'd have to reciprocate. And I'm not sure you're ready for the truth. Let us test that theory. Do you remember how my favorite food used to be mutton chops? I'm now far more interested in, well, brains. I thought I was good at cracking skulls before. Now I've got it down to something of a science. Or maybe more of a religion. I've made arrangements with a healer in the city. When a patient is beyond saving, but still able to speak for themselves, they're offered a choice. They can go as nature intends to take them, or when they're ready. When they're good. When I consume their brains, I am nourished by much more than the I've lived hundreds of childhoods, first loves, marriages, feuds and friendships. I remember them all. And in this way, we all live on together.
Qué bonito.
Thanks, soldier. It feels that way too. It's been wonderful to see you again. Reminds me of old times around the campfire. We used to think becoming a mind flayer was a fate worse than death. I wouldn't trade my life, this life, for anything. Funny how things change, isn't it? Enjoy the night, my friend. I know I will. It's good to see you again.
Pero qué cojones. Tú voy a empujarle, bro, que mira cómo está. Dios, es bonito. Ay, no, y se le cura ya. Voy a hablar con el cantante este. Hola.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Sí.
I find it hard to summon up the trademark pep these days. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Sí, ya sé quién pollas eres tú.
I owe him a favor. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another. Perhaps I've not sufficiently explained my predicament.
Sí, que
Before
lo
I was
debes.
banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears.
Musical prayers were once offered to Menil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
Ah,
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You know. You're bloody right. It is. Finally, the scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What your wish is my, etc. What song do you want? Fantastic idea.
joder. Es que... se me pone la piel de gallina, tío. Tú fíjate, todas las cartas del oficial del gremio. Todo el mundo se acuerda de nosotros, tío. No sé quién es el que está viendo, pero si no se quiere comer spoilers, que salga porque ya me pasa el juego y estoy en la... pues eso, en la parte final, ¿no? Yo aviso. El que avisa...
Well, well. Look what the Tressim
Well.
Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. Pleasure to remake your acquaintance. She did not. I'm delighted to report. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils. Illusory magic has the power to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression. Unfortunately, in that respect, oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake. And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned? And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you. Excellent. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist the allure of sharing your expertise. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect that... So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle.
¿Cómo? Va a llamar a todos para que hable con todos. Yo creo que hablo ya con todos, ¿no? Es que Will me las sudas que flipa.
For 2 months we trained as Knights of the Comet. For 2 more we skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet we traveled through Limbo. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure our projections here. And all of mine to convince him to let us come. Worth it, I'd say. Right here, right now. There's no other place I'd sooner be. Enjoy your night. Chatter away. For tomorrow, we face Zereth Menyaragith.
Zereth Menyaragith. And well you know the name. The immortal god king of the Githzerai, and the ruler of their capital, Shraktalor.
I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My love.
Love. The word hangs in the air for a moment, before Lae'zel continues, unfazed.
Trust me, my blade is keen as ever. But it was here, in Faerun, where I learned a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. And if Menyaragith refuses, we carry on. Gravity pulls us in but one direction. We are warriors of the comet. We will blaze forth until we burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. And when the comet has risen, we will be forever together. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun. So it has. And a fine man the hatchling will be. I call him Zan. Freedom. He is with the mages of Zambardim. I trust his care to no one else.
Bien.
Zan's destiny will be his own to follow. Warrior, poet, explorer, scholar. His way will be the way of the comet. No chains to bind us, no lies to bury us. Liberty will be the rallying cry that unites our love. Until I knew you, I thought the mere idea a joke. A weakness indulged only by lesser species. You proved me a fool. I am forever grateful.
El morreo ya clásico. Qué bonito.
A taste I will never grow tired of.
Chaito. Vale, pues Gale, Halchin, hecho. Will, ¿qué pasa? Tus huevos. Minsk. Vamos con Minsk. Venga, vamos a ver con Minsk.
Ah, breathe deep, Boo. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes, honored, of course.
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for it. Is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing achesome.
Pero bueno, tío.
So I have. Though it is a piece made more from blade and boot than it is any sense. 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled.
Yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh gods.
But enough, my friend. I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done. Minsk hears the determination rattle your cry. Even if he can't remember who is the comet and who the Boo will remind him of the details later. He has the memory of it. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends. So you are... Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horde and Angel-Hearted. Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith and true friend to Boo. Gale, the man who would be a god, but then thought better of it. Boo thinks better of him for it too. Shadowheart, 2 gods tugged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsin, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of... having tentacles, Karlak. She was once very tall and strong like Minsk, but we still like her as she is. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief. For the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before them. Who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait.
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is...
Has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
He's going... Not the big mad bastard.
Right, when he could source these. Gods, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Jaheira, hola.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to. How nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers. All to restore the city exactly as it was.
Joder, ahora que ha dicho lo del banco, se me olvidó mirar la caja 5 del banco. Que tiene la llave.
Same wooden
Que la
buildings
tenía
ready to
cortas.
get burnt
No sé
by
por qué.
next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons. My own son, George, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again. I suppose I am. I tried to steer them clear of my life's work, but they have chosen it for themselves. There is still much to do. People to house. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve for all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you. Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Nice to return to
Sí, sí que es verdad que con Yajira no me llevaba tan bien. Bueno, aquí el puto amo este. Creo que Will va a ser el último con el que voy a hablar. Casi antes prefiero hablar con el puto Mustio. Ah, no, a ver. Este es Late, sí. El gato. Qué musicote, eh. A ver, tú.
Cool, fresh air.
To your relief, your projection holds. It took a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen sight. You can touch, taste, and talk. But your fleshy body is in limbo, the home of the mystical Githzerai. Once the Githzerai god king, Menyar Gith, sent word through the cosmos. He knows of your... Should the Githzerai join you, you could vanquish Flakith in a red dragon's blink.
A great warrior of the comet walks among us. Well, a projection of him at least. Ugh, probably for the best. I smell like a 70-year-old cinder. Withers yanked me from Avernus with my blade halfway through a Cambion's belly without so much as a chance at washing up. And you? I wager you and Lae'zel have cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count. Diplomacy. Not so different from fighting, I find. You still grip your blade, you just hide it beneath the silk. How you thrill in the Hell Hunt. Slaying fiends is electrifying. The demons I've disintegrated, the devilkin I've bled, the stories I've been itching to tell. I don't suppose you'd indulge me. Yes, but just the one, or I'll be yammering on. You want to hear about the Amnitsu at the Styx? The three-tusked Orthon? Or the invading Goristroy? Word travels fast when a devil crosses the Delembir Veil. It had traveled a hell rift to a long-forsaken shrine. Luckily, the trail it scorched into the frontiers was hard to miss. It led to an isle of cracked rock in Avernus, floating amid a molten sea. The Orthon stood heaving, and then it charged, splitting the ground with every thud so fast it left a trail of smoke. I could barely nick it, not with a blade. It was the War Devil's weight that proved its own undoing. The third charge it made, I struck the rock with scorching ray. The ground split apart the moment the beast stomped onto it. The Orthorn slowly sunk, howling into the magma beneath. I let 2 of its tusks sink with it. The third I sliced free and presented to the first Duke of Daggerford, a rare trophy to grace his walls. I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last Fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so he still believes in the bow and the blade, but he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus. Armonites that amass near the Styx. My next mark's the most challenging yet. Or so she says. I don't know much more. Only that it's no demon, but a devil. She's playing a game. I don't know what it is or how she plans to win, but I can tell you this much. I'd fall on my own blade and join the blood war in an instant should Zariel's hell-touched fingers stretch towards the coast. And as long as I'm more useful as a warlock, that's not a risk Mazora would take. I wish you'd been there to join in. Oh, to battle together, just like the old days. I suppose that's my way of saying I miss you. Tonight, I toast not just but the people we were. Warriors, winners, saviors. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops. Did I say half a bottle?
One evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much. What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. To you.
Joder. Qué absoluta obra de arte, tío. En todos los sentidos, en todos los aspectos, tío. Qué maravilla. La música, la ambientación, las conversaciones, los personajes, las peleas. No sé, tío, es que no le encuentro nada malo a este juego, tío. Es que es una bomba de cojones, ¿eh? Ha sido un no parar desde el principio, tío. Qué obra de arte, qué viaje, tío. Qué maravilla. Qué maravilla, tío. Un juego tan de nicho, no sé, tío. Es que estoy aquí con la lágrima flipando. Flipando, de verdad. Es que sinceramente lo único malo que tiene el juego son dos cosas. Una, el inventario, que creo que se podría haber hecho mejor, la verdad, pero bueno, es que eso al final, pues bueno. Y otra, que en el acto 3 el juego a veces petardea, pero es que si eso se puede considerar un fallo, porque es que es tan masivo el acto 3 que es que realmente me la suda que petarde un poco, sinceramente. O sea, es verdad, es lo único que puede criticarse de esta obra de arte, tío. Es que es absolutamente increíble, no sé. Es que se posiciona directamente entre una de las, no sé, de los mejores juegos que jugué en mi vida. Y además es que qué final tan redondo, tan maravilloso. Todo queda atado, todo queda explicado. Pero qué absoluta barbaridad, la de la toma de decisiones de este juego, de los 1000 caminos que puedes seguir y pues eso, que cada uno tiene el suyo, tío. A saber cómo será la primera run de Pancra, por ejemplo, o de Andrés o de Santi, pero la mía es, no sé, creo que no ha podido acabar mejor. O sea, creo que ha sido perfecta. Muy bonito, tío. Un absoluto 10, de verdad. Es que estoy sin palabras, tío. Una obra de arte, de verdad. Absolutamente, no sé, fabuloso. Es que estoy, pues eso. No sé, de verdad, qué final tan redondo, qué todo tan bueno, de verdad, qué bien todo. Y encima un juego tan de nicho, tío, que un juego que es un puto Dungeons and Dragons, y cómo lo hace de bien, de verdad, qué bien lo hace, tío. Qué bien lo hace. Es que me voy a comer todos los créditos, o sea, de verdad, si estoy aquí 2 horas, estoy aquí 2 horas. Me suda la polla, tío. Voy a estar aquí, de verdad, todo, de verdad, hasta que acaben. Voy a mutear el micrófono, pero joder. Ha sido un honor compartir la run para los descorazonados. Un placer.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. I didn't know you well back then. I blame it on luck and vain. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk and make me feel it's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do and I still want to live.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. Cold as death. I feel your heart beat in my soul, our futures bound, our bodies know. Your blood like wine, I want it in. Oh darling, get me drunk, invite me. It's not my fault, I'm not to blame. These ain't my sins, I broke my chains. There's more to do if I can only leave. I can't go yet, don't let me die. I'll never stop until I'm done. But just tonight, maybe I'll rest in peace. I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death. I hear your heart beat in my soul, our endings bound, our bodies know. I can't go yet,
Don't let me die,
I want to live.
my only one. There's more to do if we can only live. The clock won't stop and this is what we get.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.